Happy birthday to Tommy! Grossi.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Happy
Appreciate
birthday.
Thank you, buddy. Appreciate it.
Now, why don't you wish for my quarterback to not kind of suck? How about that? How about you just give me a wish?
I mean, you got the curse wheel, literally, all right? You curse the Cowboys, you curse the Ravens. It's just working, all right?
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Oh, baby. We here.
We're still.
You in the right direction. Welcome to another edition of the Grossi Perna Show. I'm Tom Grossi. That's Brandon Perna. And this is GPS. Yeah. Yeah. Folks.
Woo!
Whoa.
Football. Huh?
What a weekend of football. You're talking about massive upsets. You had the Cowboys get the absolute crap kicked out of them by Derek Carr and the New Orleans Saints.
Yeah.
Perna putting them at number one. I guess everything makes sense now. I guess. And they got cursed. And the Cowboys got cursed.
Yes.
Curse wheel. 2-0. Undefeated.
All of you thought I was crazy.
I mean, we still do. It's just, yeah.
Even crazies write twice a day. Even crazies write.
Crazy. I think it's a crazy clock.
Dude, that I don't know if I've ever been so happy with a curse coming.
Oh my God,
through.
it's amazing.
I mean, I feel like I streamed, with Urinating Tree, the Broncos game.
Yep.
You're going for 3.5 hours. I feel like 40% of the conversation was just people ripping on the Cowboys on that game.
Yep.
It was really beautiful. It was really beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry to Papa Grossi. Not
it's
not a good day for him. But and Scooter, of course, a lot of people found his stream very entertaining. So welcome to the club, Scooter.
There you go.
Welcome to the club.
Yeah, you have that upset. Not really an upset, but the Buccaneers, even with some major guys out, some injuries, they were able to defeat the Lions. We'll talk about that game as well. The Raiders, the Raiders team I thought was going to show up last week against the Chargers, showed up against the Ravens.
They did.
They won. Pretty good.
Lamar. Lamarvelous. You're letting me down, Lamar. Not only can you not defeat the Chiefs, now you can't even beat the Raiders.
No.
The Raiders.
I don't think you're ever going to forgive the Ravens at this point. I think.
I am holding a grudge. And of course, the Bengals fall to the Chiefs.
Yep.
In just
Heartbreaking.
soul-crushing fashion. And the Chiefs, unfortunately, they don't escape that game unscathed. We learned this morning Isaiah Pacheco fractured his fibula in that win. And it was a little odd because I was watching the end of the Broncos game. They didn't have a chance, but they kind of had a chance.
Sure.
But I was really more interested in the Chiefs game because I was like, oh, the Bengals have a chance. The Bengals have a chance.
Sure.
And I saw the run where Pacheco hurt his leg. And I was watching it and I was like, oh, he got tangled up and he got really weird. But then he got up and he kind of limped off the field, but he looked like he was okay. I was like, in my head, I'm like, that dude is so tough. I was like, because that hit looked terrible. Turns out it was not good at all for him. And now they've got, Hollywood Brown's not coming back all season, right? So Casey dealing with some early injuries. So I think they're really lucky to get this win because they're going to have to figure out some some shit as they move forward.
Yeah, they got the Falcons on Sunday Night Football.
Okay, they don't have to figure anything out.
Yeah, they're gonna be okay.
Well, Falcons play tonight, right?
Yeah, they're playing against the Eagles.
We'll see where Atlanta's at.
We'll
after
see.
tonight.
I mean, week 2 is crazy. We'll see. Hey, that is J.J. McCarthy has many touchdown passes as Caleb Williams, Jaden Daniels, and Bo Nix.
Yeah, so does Drake May too, Dane. So does Drake May. Honestly, the one thing keeping me a little bit hopeful, Tom, is seeing Caleb Williams and Jaden Daniels not throw any touchdowns either. And Jaden Daniels might be the best of the bunch right now.
Sure.
It's not by a lot.
Hey, KK, appreciate you.
But he's playing the most effective football. The Giants-Commanders game just maybe an all-time dumb game.
Dude, 7 field goals. Like, that was just... They saw what the Steelers did, and they were like, I could do that.
Like that.
I could do that.
Did you see the stat about the Giants are just the second team to score 3 touchdowns, not give up a touchdown?
Third team or second team?
Second team.
Second team?
I think so. And still lose the game.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
It is just... That is...
That's Giants football, baby. That is Giants football.
Yeah. Let me find the stat just to confirm.
Hey, the Jets got their first win with Aaron Rodgers.
Yes.
Can we talk about for a hot second?
Second win, technically, Rodgers. He's back, baby.
Will Levis.
Oh, boy.
And you see Callahan. And did you see the play where Levis, he fumbled the ball. He tried to hop over. Looks like there was a pile in front of him. He jumped over. He winds up falling. He fumbles the ball. And Callahan's just screaming at him, what the F are you doing? As he's going to the sideline. And I'm just like, oh, they have... And that's the thing. That is 2 winnable games that they had. Because they could have beaten the Jets yesterday. They could have been 2-0 very easily. But Will Levis is just costing them right now. And it sucks because it's a young QB.
Yeah.
Trying to make it happen. But damn.
It's... Oh... Will Levis's mistakes they're comically bad from a visual perspective.
They are.
Week 1, he throws that horrible pick, and then we get the, one of the best photos so far where he's just on his knees like this. This one, there's a photo of him sprawled out with his arms like this, his legs kicking out, because that was the ball he threw. And it just, to the wrong team. Buddy. It honestly makes me love Will Levis even more. I'm still rooting for him, but and I think Callahan said after the game, Will's an adult. He knows those plays are unforgivable. And we talked about the one thing you can't do is that play from last week, and he did it again.
Yep.
He'll figure it out, hopefully.
And it's a guy just trying to make a play, know, and it's
you just got to know when the play's over. Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, they've talked about it a lot. Sometimes the best play is just throwing the ball away, throwing it in the dirt.
That's it.
It's a hard thing for rookies to learn.
It's not a rookie. Malik Miracle Willis.
There's your birthday present. There's your birthday present.
Right, baby! Come on now! Malik Willis. Dude, Josh Jacobs crushing it in that first half. He had that fumble, which was really bad, but first half. And Malik Willis did exactly what was needed of him. And I am so happy he got the game ball. LaFleur was praising him. He was getting crapped on by Taylor Lewan before the game. He's like, oh, so unfortunately I know Malik and, he can't check down, blah, 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 blah. And he didn't do anything, insanely special, but he didn't turn the ball over. He threw a touchdown and he did exactly what we asked of him. And now the Packers got another win. So pretty happy, buddy. Pretty happy.
I kind of is Jordan Love a system quarterback?
You don't even have a quarterback. Shut up.
I don't have a system either, Tom.
You don't have a system either. That's very fair. Yeah, buddy. I was talking to Perna before we went live that I was streaming the Chiefs and Bengals game, and I was like, wait a minute. The Broncos game is still going on, and it's nearly the end of this game, and you guys started 20 minutes before we did. Yeah, that was a long, tough game, buddy. I went back and watched some of that.
It was so boring. I've watched so much boring football, and this was up there. This was up there.
Yeah.
Hey, Danny, we got it fixed. Remember, Danny, we got it fixed. You weren't the only one to do that, by the way, Danny. So don't feel too bad.
2 times the curse. 2 times the curse.
I am in my fantasy leagues. I am doing just god awful in 2 and 1. very well.
Hey, I got Tua. I got CMC. I got, Cooper Kupp I have. I think it's okay. Yeah. Jordan Love was in one, I think. Yeah, it's going great. It's going just great.
So, I think the one I'm doing well in, too, is the one I got the worst ESPN grade as well.
Hell yeah. That's right.
Suck it, ESPN.
Proving them wrong. Come on now. All right, you want to talk about your Broncos game quick?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Hey, the Worms crushed it. The Worm, J.K. Dobbins looking real good.
The Worm has turned. I'm glad the Worm is catching on, too.
The Worm has turned.
Let me bring in, where's Rachel's Worm? Let me get Rachel.
Oh my gosh, you made a Harbaugh Worm. It's phenomenal.
Yeah, let me see if I got that downloaded,
magical.
And I don't have it in the appropriate place yet.
Oh, he is. I love it.
Actually, Rachel, I need you to can you resend me all the new ones you did in one email? I need the Worm. I need the coins. I need them all in one email. Sorry, my life's a mess. My quarterback's a mess. My coach is a mess. Everything's a fucking mess here, Tom.
But Bo Nix, still your leading rusher. There's no support system right now.
No, there's a lack of talent. 25 rushing yards. He was the leading rusher. So it's not like he had 90 rushing yards. You're like, okay, let's lean on this.
Appreciate it.
25. Javonte averaged 1.5 yards per carry. Jaleel 2. They didn't run it enough either. I don't care if it's not super effective. You got another 30-plus passing attempts for Bo Nix in this game. Yep. He threw another really bad interception, in the end zone. After we execute a brilliant trick play, it was so funny. I wasn't even thinking about it, but Barks ripped out a short for me. And it was just my joy of seeing a trick play go very well. And 2 plays later, interception in the end zone. Joy, pain, pain. And I only really got that one series because that was basically the only cool play we did as Broncos. The Steelers, 2 cool plays. They had a nice touchdown and a sack.
The sack with TJ Watt where he got.
Dude, Fields had 117 passing yards.
Appreciate you, K-Chan.
The Steelers did rush for $140, but it wasn't like they were dominating us. And I said this in the recap. They were just a little bit better, a little more frequently. It was so infuriating. It's our offense. And what's really funny is you look at Clint Kubiak down in New Orleans right now, and the Saints offense just looks beautiful. And now I want Clint Kubiak as my head coach. That's what I've decided. Give me Clint Kubiak. We already let one son of a former Broncos head coach get away in Kyle Shanahan, right? We had Kyle Shanahan. We interviewed him, and we chose Vance Joseph.
Yep.
Okay? We had Gary Kubiak, now his son Clint, making Derek Carr look like a fucking juggernaut, look like the best quarterback on earth down in New Orleans. Give me Clint Kubiak as our head coach. He will fix Bo Nix.
So you're already done with Sean Payton?
Yeah, I'm done with him.
Okay.
I'm not. I think, but I'm sick of his face, Tom. Somebody mentioned his his puckered lips all the time, and now I can't not see it. Every time you look at him, he's like,
We are 2 games into the season.
I know.
2 games in, buddy.
I'm overreacting, sure. But this is what's really bothering me. It's that I haven't seen a really good complete drive from the Broncos, at least not in the Steelers game. And I haven't seen a couple moments from my rookie quarterback to go, you know what?
Flashes.
There's going to continue to be some of the shitty play, the mistakes, but there's this part of it, this part of this man that is him, that he is the guy. I haven't seen it yet. And to be fair, I don't know if we've seen much of that with Caleb or Jaden even yet, but I need a play, man. I need something to give me something to believe in. I need something from Bo to actually believe. It's a little brutal. Nothing's working. We're lacking talent. We're missing opportunities. And maybe the most painful drive was watching the Steelers march down the field despite their tackle, Broderick Jones, getting flagged 3 times on the same drive. I think they had 4 penalties on the same drive. Like, the Steelers kept shooting themselves in the foot, and they kept converting, and they kept going until finally their penalties actually ended their drive. But I was like, who is this team? We have no identity. We have no culture. We have nothing right now. Mm-hmm. All right, I'm done.
But you have this.
Bo, can you take us through the interception in the end zone?
Drop back, threw it to the other team.
I actually respect the hell out of that. I respect the hell out of that, Bo. I'm not giving up on Bo Nix yet. I really am not.
You know what? That clip bought him another week. It bought him another week.
100%.
Oh my God.
Drop back, amazing. Threw it to the wrong team. I believe that was D-Mac asking that question. Local radio legend down here, but fuck. Oh God.
Seahawks worst 2-0 team. I mean,
the worst 2-0? No, I don't think Seahawks are the worst.
Yeah, they didn't really have a run game with Kenneth Walker out. But they went to overtime with the Patriots.
So, they got the win though, right?
Close win. Yeah, it was close.
Dude, those are the kind of wins you want.
Yep.
Good teams get those close wins.
Yeah, I don't know, because if we're looking at other teams right now who are 2-0, who the hell's still 2-0? I mean, the Saints are 2-0, and yeah, my respect now. Tampa's good. I mean, the Steelers, maybe. I mean, the Steelers are against the Falcons, and then they go against the Broncos, and no one looked great. But let me put it this way: I don't want to see a Steelers-Seahawks game. I want to avoid that tremendously. I am good without having to see that.
Yeah,
I am. Oh Jesus, that's rough. That is rough. Oh yeah, there's so many. I didn't even get to do a post game. There's so much I want to talk about when it comes to football. Packers game. Hey, Josh Jacobs ran all over them. They had over 200 rushing yards in the first half. Jacobs had that one fumble. But Malik Willis played well. It was, I think, the 3rd hottest game in Packer at Lambeau. So that was.
Oh really? What was it like? 72 degrees.
80 something. It was like 85. It was warm.
Nice.
It was warm.
Hey. Climate change is not bad for everyone, okay?
Hey.
Top of Wisconsin, in 100 years, you are going to be in the best place geographically for weather. Yes.
You got to
Clint Kubiak with Arch Manning in Denver. Monty, thank you. Sorry.
That's all you need. No, you're good. Packers, first franchise to make it to 800 wins. Green Bay mother loving Packers. Right there. Got a little scary at the end. 800 wins. The Packers have 800 wins.
This season?
Yep. This season they did it. Hold on, which one is... Oh, here you go. This is for you, Prince, since you got the 50.
Unbelievable.
Hey, Broncos, that's what scoring looks like.
Anyway, Packers defense also played really well. They have 5 interceptions in the past 2 weeks, which is really, really good.
That's, yeah. Doesn't McKinney have 2?
Yeah, he's got 2. Oh, God, I'm so happy that they signed Xavier McKinney. Yeah, Anthony Richardson, I don't know why they did not run with Jonathan Taylor more. He carried the ball 12. They didn't use him at the end, but they carried the ball 12 times. He had over 100 yards. He's averaging 8.6, dude. And they just weren't using him a ton. And I do not know why. Yeah. Richardson struggled. He did not look great. Started to get into a rhythm a little bit at the end. Definitely had some garbage time. But
I think this is good because I believe Shane Steichen is a good coach. He's certainly a good offensive coach. I want to not overreact to Sean Payton and the atrocities that are happening with our offense right now. And I think like your game, okay?
Yeah.
It's a testament to like, I think the rhythm and the flow that even like coaches have to get into with play calling, because this is a close game with the Packers. And we're going to give Shane Steichen the benefit of the doubt that he knows what he's doing. But just, what is that? 18 runs, 18 rushing attempts when it's effective and you're having Richardson drop back 34 times or whatever. Like, I think they'll get it fixed. I think they'll get back to what's working. And in those close games, like,
Facts.
Usually you get away from running the football when that's your strength if you're down by a lot, right? Like you're trailing, you're trying to get back into the game. But when it's close like this, it's unforgivable. But I'm forgiving it, you know? I'm forgiving it.
Yeah, there was something wrong with the chain gang yesterday. Hopefully everyone's okay. Yeah, because it happened in the Ravens-Raiders game. It happened last night in the Stroud's-Bears game.
Dude, Justin Fields ran into an old man on the sideline in the Broncos game.
Yeah.
And I said he should be in jail for it. And he's still walking free.
I know we're bouncing around a lot.
Yeah.
But I want to talk about Sunday Night Football real quick. I really think I'm going to try to find the time this week. I want to do a video on Caleb Williams. So, watching that game, it was an awful football game. There was 21 accepted penalties.
Yes.
The third quarter was 55 minutes real time. It was brutal. Okay. The Bears defense was excellent. Bears defense was really, really good. They were getting pressure, right? Secondary was playing well. They were getting after him. And again, this is what we saw last year. Montez Sweat comes in. Eberflus is a defensive guy. Let's look at the offense, though. And this is why it was a terrible game, because the Bears were playing great defensively, and they were stopping the Strouds. And then their offense, when they got on the field, couldn't do diddly squat, right? And kudos to the Texans. Texans played a good game. But the Bears' offense, O-line, god-awful. Caleb Williams, god-awful. No real run game. Shane Waldron, the play calling, god-awful. Like, everything was going wrong. And I mentioned this before. I mentioned this last night. Their defense, that's their identity usually, right? It's a strong defense, good run game, etc. That's been the Chicago Bears for like ever. But because they've invested so much in the offense, there is now an extreme amount of pressure, especially Caleb Williams and all the hype that he had coming into it, that he's got to perform. It's 2 weeks in. He is struggling. Don't get me wrong. He is not playing well. However, behind a bad O-line, bringing in Shane Waldron, who Seahawks fans were like, oh, bye. Don't let the door hit you on the way out. Yeah. Bring him in as your OC. Like, it just and again, just the expectations with Stroud doing it last year and all this great stuff and the great season that he had. It seems like right now there's a pressure cooker and we're only at week 2. And at some point we got to take a big step back and be like, hey, listen, I don't know if Caleb's going to be the guy. You see the flashes 100%, but everything for that offense right now is not going well.
It's mirroring the Broncos. And when Seahawks fans tell you they're happy to get rid of someone, you better listen.
Yep.
You better listen, everybody, because they told me. They told me with Russ. And I said, you guys are the idiots. Look at me now. Williams, 2 picks. Bo Nix, 2 picks. Bo did have some more passing yards. But then you go and you look at the run game, and that's what's killing, I think, Caleb and Bo Nix right now. They bring in DeAndre Swift. That ain't working. 1.3? What did I say Javonte had? 1.5 yards?
Yeah.
Then, Khalil Herbert did have the touchdown run there, but like 14?
It's their first offensive touchdown of the season, by the way.
17 rushing attempts.
Yep.
Cool. Yep. And I don't know if Caleb, he has 5 carries, right? But I don't know which of those are from any like designed runs versus like just scrambling, deciding to run. Bo Nix had a designed run in the Broncos game. Nice big gain. And I said this, like we had Bo Nix do a run and we had Tyler Beatty came in. I cannot not call him Beatty. Tyler Beatty came in, 1 play, 16 yards. never touch the ball again. No more designed runs for Bo Nix. Like, when these guys are young and they're athletic, give them some easy designed plays where they can use their legs and they can pick up first downs. And it's the same problem right now. And maybe like it's similar to like you're worried, oh, maybe our offensive line isn't good enough to really rely on that. But you just gotta figure it out, because it's so funny too, because I was like, they're making CJ Stroud kind of look pedestrian. And for CJ Stroud, pedestrian is 260 yards and 1 touchdown, no turnovers. Like, I would kill for that right now.
You would, yeah.
I'd kill for it.
I get it.
God damn it. I already did, but I already boverthrowed myself, Kevin. I boverthrowed myself. The bow fly zone, you fucker.
Speaking of quarterbacks not playing well, the number 1 overall pick from last year.
Oh, fuck. Bryce. That's the worst part. He's playing worse than the rookies. And Baker Mayfield's playing well without Dave.
It's not good.
Oh, the Panthers.
Good,
and there's a stat about, oh, fuck. Let me just find the tweet.
Dude. And that's the thing, too. Like, you see the videos today of, like, Adam Thielen running, like, wide open and stuff like that. And it's just, I am not trying, this is not trying to be clickbait or anything. I want to look at their schedule again. Hold on.
The Broncos and the Panthers play. That might be the first win for one of those teams.
All right, listen. They're playing against the Bears October 6th. Then they got the Commanders October 20th, the Broncos October 27th, the Giants November 10th. Okay.
There you go. So they've got 4 winnable games.
There's 4 winnable games there. If they don't win one of those 4 games,
if they go 0-17 and they don't win one of those games, they will be the worst 0-7 fully defeated team in NFL history.
Appreciate you. Thank you.
Natalie, her tweet's doing numbers right here. But this is great. 46 touchdowns, 14 interceptions. Obviously, Darnold's playing well with the Vikings.
Oh, we will.
That's a great observation. Good job, Natalie.
Yeah.
Good freaking
It's once you leave Carolina, things improve.
Yeah, James Taylor needs to write a new song. Instead of going to Carolina, it's when I left Carolina, I had success as a QB. You know.
Yeah, you get it.
I can't do the tune. I know it.
Yeah.
I can't get that sound from here to come out of my mouth accurately. I struggle with that quite a bit, actually.
It happens to the best of us.
Words up here? Ooh.
It's the Michael Scott. I just start talking and I don't even know what I'm going to say.
Yeah.
Ravens Raiders, talking about that. Yeah, Ravens, there's some panic going on in Baltimore.
Good.
You know, I know you're happy about that. First of all, Brock Bowers.
Yeah. Looking nice.
Brock Bowers looking pretty good. Defense still looking good. Defense was looking good last week. Devontae Adams made some nice plays. I miss you, Devontae, and I will always love you. But like the offense they don't really have a run game. The offense is not great. It's not good for the Raiders. However, they did just enough, and on top of that, you got some bad plays of the Ravens.
I'm kind of hoping the exact same thing happens to the Raiders as the Colts last year. Final game of the season. They just need a win to get in. Gardner Minshew's kept them afloat, and they're just one. And I don't want Gardner to miss the throw this time. I want, Devontae to drop it, which he dropped an easy pass yesterday, but then made up for it like a couple plays later with the touchdown. But I want that to happen.
Carson Steele. Just don't fumble this time. Good.
What was I going to say? How'd you start that?
We were talking about, you said you hope that it leads to the last week 18.
Yeah, no, before that, when he first started talking about the Raiders, and the Ravens, who bring in Derrick Henry.
Yes.
Only to watch the man they had, J.K. Dobbins, go to the Chargers and have back-to-back 100-yard performances. Again, J.K. averaged like 7.8 yards or some shit per carry. You had him. You went and got Derrick Henry, and you're still losing. And did you see the last play of the Ravens game where Lamar's running And it looks like
he had, if you beat one person, like
looks
it looks
like he's about
there.
to do it, and then he threw it back. And it's funny because I think Devontae Adams called Lamar Jackson this week the best ball carrier ever in NFL history. He's like, I don't care the position. He's the best ball carrier to ever do it.
Yeah.
And then to have Lamar with the ball in his hand, carrying it, looking like he might just blow past everybody to walk off TD it. And then he throws it back to his running back, and they don't win. But if you need that kind of play to win a game, you probably shouldn't win the game anyway.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Yeah. I don't know, man. That's
And the Steelers are atop that division 2-0. It doesn't if something doesn't make sense right now in the NFL, it is the AFC North. It is 100% the AFC North.
That's fair. That's fair. Hey, appreciate you, Taylor. I think the other game that I definitely want to talk about is the Dallas Cowboys game. Because heading into this week, you put Saints at number 1, you curse the Cowboys with the curse wheel. And I still was like, okay, I think the Saints are going to be competitive because we didn't really know. They beat the pants off the Panthers, but it was pretty obvious to see the Panthers weren't a good football team. And Derek Carr? Where is this Derek Carr been? Where is this guy?
Hey, he emerges once every 4 years, Tom.
It's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
They beat the piss out of the Cowboys. And it was like, okay, here we go. You got a Charlie horse? You all right? Stretch. You okay? Uh-oh. Did you hurt your pee-pee?
Oh,
buddy?
not just cramping.
Oh, you're cramping. All right. You got, is it in your calf?
No, it's my whole leg.
All right. You just got toes to the sky. Toes to the sky.
No, that's what I did, and it hurt it.
No, it's going to hurt, but you got to stretch it out.
Don't worry. I'm rubbing through it. That'll fix it, Tom. Happy birthday, buddy.
I love this show so much.
Oh, hey, guys. I want you guys to give me birthday present suggestions for Tom. I need suggestions. Crowdsourcing your birthday present. But yes, Derek Carr, once every 4 years, you're like, oh, God, this guy's very good.
And so the question yesterday was, is this the Saints being really good or the Cowboys are just not as good as we think they are, right? And both. I think it's a bit of both, but for the Saints right now, all the respect to the Saints because they went on the road, a place where the Cowboys were phenomenal, like at home last year, except for that playoff game. Just got to throw that in there. Come on.
You gotta.
Gotta. And Kamara looked like the Kamara of old. They got a new offensive coordinator. Things seem to be rocking real well. And I got to give all the props to the Saints. Saints playing some damn good football. I'm curious to see how they're going to look next week. That should be fun. But
Kamara looked like I punched a dude in the face in Las Vegas the night before the Pro Bowl.
Sorry. Yeah. Josh Myers. Did you see this?
Oh, the vomiting on the football?
Yeah, because they asked about that because Josh Myers about to snap the ball and he just pukes all over the football.
It honestly might be my favorite thing that happened this week.
So
and like LaFleur talking about it, like
it was supposed to be a throw, but he ran it because he puked all over the ball.
He's like, Malik told me he puked on the football, and first time I heard that. And then there's just the video of him doing it.
It's so good.
Yes, it will be in the Blop 10, everybody.
It's got to be the Blop 10.
It is the most bloppity blop play.
Josh Myers was running yesterday.
That is such a football guy play, too. Oh, I
would say J-Mo or Xavier Worthy. Reed, I would hold out until Love is back.
Yeah.
For that. But yeah, Cowboys, man. Now, after Scooter on Thursday, too, he's like, they looked like the best team in the league, which they didn't. God. They didn't because the Browns were that bad. Yeah. And by the way, the Browns getting a win. Jacksonville, we're going to have a talk.
Yeah.
We are going to have a significant talk. We're going to have to sit down. We're going to have to put our big boy pants on, and we're going to have a conversation because, good God, man. And your name, Trevor Bank, it's not good. But we talk about heading into this year. Coaching.
Yeah.
That is at the front of everybody's mind right now because they cannot be playing this poorly with this much talent on that team. Yep.
At least, like, I gave Bo Nix credit for being like, yeah, I threw it to the wrong team, his presser. Trevor Lawrence also, after the game, he was like, we suck right now. He's just like, oh, you just said it. You just straight up said it, Trevor. Fair enough. You guys lost to the Browns, who are not a good football team. And I don't know why they really lost that game. It's not like the Browns played really well. It was a close game, and they lost it. It's the same way I don't know how the Lions actually lost outside of they just couldn't finish drives in the red zone because they outperformed the Buccaneers pretty much in every category. They just couldn't get the win.
Correct.
Back to the Cowboys, they got outperformed in every category. Just gave up big play after big play. And what's troubling for Dallas, this is what Cowboys fans should worry about. Like, I think their offense will be okay, right? I think you can trust Dak. You saw CD come through with the big play when they really needed it. That'll be there. But Dan Quinn leaves. They bring in Mike Zimmer. They've got pretty much all of their defense together. And the defense looked like shit. It looked like poo-poo. It looked like garbage.
Poo-poo caca.
Yeah.
Yep.
So the thing that kept them in games last season, the reason they were so good, especially early when they had Deron Bland pick-sixing it every week.
Yep.
This is their defense. We're like, the story with the Cowboys, like, Dak's playing very well, and their defense is great right now. Their defense is not good at this moment. After this game.
The defense is the most disappointing thing about the Cowboys, right? Because the Saints have a good defense. So you're like, okay, Dak might struggle a little bit, and, you know, what have you. But no, it's the defense of the Cowboys, which is just awful. And that's why is it this Cowboys defense or the Browns offense for week 1? I was like, I don't know, man. The Browns offense is really, really bad. Really, really bad. And I think what I think is starting to get frustrating, and now I completely understand you, I think, Perna, because you were talking about Russell Wilson last year and all the throws behind the line of scrimmage and all these just little, just like, you know, crappy. I feel I have watched that now with several different offenses. I saw it with the Browns last week, right? I saw it with the Bears last night. And you're starting to see, like, these teams, they know they can't push the ball down the field. And it's just, I know you put out a video, got 300,000 views too, about, like, the swift death of the passing game.
Yeah.
And, dude, like, you are seeing it in the NFL. If you don't have it, like, a lot of offensive-minded folks are saying, nope, we're just going to take what's given to us. We're just going to take the short, intermediate stuff. You just better be able to run the ball, or if you are blessed enough to be able to toss it downfield. But right now, a lot of teams are not. A lot of teams are not.
Yeah.
Unlike Justin Jefferson, who gets a 97-yard freaking touchdown.
I'm trying to find the guy who tweeted it, because week 1, the passing touchdowns were down. We're at like a low from just a few years ago, and it didn't get any better week 2. Passing touchdowns are they're even fewer now after this whole weekend of games. And I thought about like the video. I always think of like some really good points I should have made in the video, you know, a day or two later.
Of course. It's just how it goes.
It's like teams still throw a good amount. They're throwing the football a lot. It's just, it's not nearly as effective. And they're throwing fewer touchdowns. There's fewer big plays. But like sometimes it doesn't feel like that because we're going to see Derek Carr this week. It's like he had some big throws, some big, like huge plays. You look at the Lions early in that game, there's a big throw to Jamison Williams. But then the rest of the game is not like a lot of huge movement. So it takes its toll on you. It becomes really boring after a while, and you need a quarterback who can sometimes extend a play to get that guy open, or let that guy buy some time to get open. And there's just a lot of teams that don't really have that.
Yeah. This is a good point too, because I do want to talk about the Buccaneers-Lions game, which I had a feeling was going to be one of the best games of the week. Turned out to be, and a lot of kudos to the Buccaneers, again, with lots of folks out. The Lions and Dan Campbell went up and took full responsibility after the game during the press conference. They completely and totally botched that field goal attempt before half, in which they threw the ball in the middle. I think it was Amon-Ra St. Brown caught it, went down, and then they're running out, they're trying to spike it, and then they send out the field goal unit while they're trying to spike it. They have a ton of people on the field, so then they have a penalty, 10-second runoff, and they're not able to kick a field goal, right? Which could have definitely changed the complexion of that game.
Yeah, that not getting that field goal really screwed them.
It did, because then they would have had chances in the fourth quarter. So you live and die by the sword, right? They do a fake punt deep in their own territory, and that worked out. The Lions, I think they're still a good football team. Don't get me wrong, but the Buccaneers, I was super impressed with, especially missing guys. They played a damn good football game.
Yeah,
I'm just so legitimately happy for Baker Mayfield.
Yeah.
Like it's such a good story. So yeah,
it's great. I hope he looks good every week comparatively to Deshaun Watson. The Lions they got away from running the ball, and I think they just need to run the ball more in the red zone. They struggle in the red zone. I got to ask Lions fans this too, because Dan Campbell took all the blame after the game, right? He's like, that's on me. Into the game, the Lions are in the red zone. It's 4th and 6 or 8 or something, and they go for it. And that's not like a crazy bad decision necessarily, but they had 3 timeouts left. I think there's like a minute left in the game. So I'm asking Lions fans, like, would you prefer the Lions just kick the field goal there and then rely on their defense to get the stop, or to go for it on fourth down? Hindsight, you go, they should have kicked the field goal, maybe try for an onside kick, because the Broncos were in the same situation, except the Broncos don't try for an onside kick. They only had 1 timeout. Their defense did get a stop, but then they got the ball back with like 19 seconds or even less than that. So it didn't matter. Like, I think you want to kick that field goal with 3 timeouts and bank on Aiden Hutchinson and your defense in that game, who are just going off to give you that extra opportunity where you would only need a field goal to win it versus trying to get the touchdown. So I don't think there's really like a right or wrong answer, and I'm not trying to put it on Dan Campbell, but I watched like the Broncos in a much shittier situation. Mishandled like mishandle it in the same way.
Dude, I mean, Aaron Glenn called a great game, and Hutch was a monster. Well, I think they took away half a sack, so we had 4.5 sacks. Dude,
did they take away a half sack?
That's what they were saying in the chat. I think. Well, now we'll confirm here. Now we'll confirm. But dude, like Hutchinson had an amazing game, and it seems like, especially the way this game was lost, you're just thinking, damn, like that was 4.5.
What? Those fucks?
Yeah, it's 4.5.
Give it back to him.
Give it back.
They must have taken away. Yeah, that's lame.
So that's what I'm saying. I think the Lions are going to be just fine. The Buccaneers got their revenge for the divisional game, last year. But,
dude,
yeah, man, that was a fun football game. That was a fun game.
I think the Buccaneers are the best team the Broncos are going to play right now. We had the Seahawks, who are good. The Steelers, they're good. But, like, the Buccaneers, to me, have a team that has both a reliable offense and defense. Now, yeah, Vita Vea wasn't in that game, and Elijah Cansey left or whatever. So maybe we get a little break on their D-line being banged up. But, like, top to bottom, it feels like the Buccaneers are the best team the Broncos are going to play.
Sure.
Heading into the season, I was like, maybe that will be a winnable game. I don't see that at all now. And they're going on the road to Tampa. Don't feel good about that, Bucs fans. They're going to be 3-0. The Saints are probably going to be 3-0.
They're playing the Eagles next week. That should be a
Saints
really good.
Ooh, Saints-Eagles?
Saints-Eagles should be
That's
really
a game.
good. That's going to be fun.
We'll find out. We'll
see
find
the
out
Eagles
how
do
good
tonight.
the Saints offense is, I think, in that game.
I don't know about most underrated. I mean, I think the Chargers are getting a good amount of press right now because they're just J.K. Dobbins. Again, another guy both Perna and I are super happy for, because just dealing with injury after injury after injury. And he's having a nice little resurgence these past 2 weeks because they're just running the football. Yeah. And they beat the Raiders last week. They went over the Ravens. And then they're beating the piss out of the Panthers. So, like, the Panthers, again, you play the Panthers, I'm just not. They're a very bad football team. So.
And credit Jim Harbaugh for, like, coming in and knowing what he wants to do for the team, right? Knowing how he wants to build it, and then actually doing it. They're like, all right. Jim Harbaugh, he gets hard on dominating the trenches. Yeah. They get Joe Alt. Slam dunk draft pick after 2 weeks. What are we going to do as the Chargers? We're going to run the football. We're going to play smart defense. And then we're going to let our very talented quarterback selectively make plays when he needs to. And they're doing it. And guess what?
Yeah.
Get Luke. Who's looking pretty good after this game? Quinton Johnston, 2 touchdowns.
Hey,
no drops.
He caught 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Let's
Keenan
go,
Allen
buddy.
doesn't play last night because he's what? Hurt, right? Liz Frank. He's got the Liz Frank in the foot. The Liz Frank. What's Keenan Allen got? He's got the fucked up foot. He ain't playing. Mike Williams had 1 reception. So the 2 guys they let go, they got the rookie going into his sophomore year, stepping up. Now, will that continue all season long? I don't know. But right now, Chargers look pretty smart. They look pretty smart.
Yeah, and again, they're running the football really. That's why you got Joe Alt, and Alt did amazing against Crosby last week, who Crosby had a great game against the Ravens this week.
Yeah,
you know,
he was a dominator.
So this is why you go and get Alt, and it goes back to the Bears, right? The investment in the offensive line. Look at the receiving core that they have. They have weapons. You don't have an O-line, it's going to make life a lot more difficult.
Yeah.
And again, I'm also saying Caleb Williams is not completely, avoiding criticism here because he deserves that he is not playing well. I mean, but you see the flashes, right? In which, there's a play that I remember specifically from a couple years back, and it was Jordan Love. It was a preseason game against the Bills. And he made this phenomenal throw. And I was like, oh, damn. Okay, that's what we've been waiting for. And then the next play, he threw a god-awful interception. And you saw last night, Caleb Williams gets out of this sack, and he's doing these acrobatics because he's getting chased. And then he throws it into triple coverage, and it gets intercepted. And it's you see the talents there, right? There is the building blocks. But what you have to be concerned about is the thing that I've been talking about for years now, ever since Trubisky was there. The Bears don't know how to develop quarterbacks. And the thing is, again, you have all this hype and coming into this great situation, blah, 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 blah. There was issues that were not rectified. And even though the Bears look better at the back half of last season, they still haven't been rectified. And Caleb's not playing well. And again, I hope that they give Caleb Williams a chance. I think they have to. They have no choice. But, man, it's getting loud already, and it's week 2, and it's we got to pump the brakes a ton. I'm sorry. We can't sit here after 2 weeks and seeing a guy start 2 times and go, yup, he's a bust. We can't do it. We can't partake in it.
We could.
It just is so,
it's
so
stupid.
useless. You know what I mean?
It's stupid. But, okay, so the reason the Chargers were able to invest in their offensive line early in the draft, right, is they have their quarterback. They know who their quarterback is.
Correct.
So now the Bears, I don't know the state of the Commanders' offensive line. I know it wasn't good last year.
Yeah,
Broncos' offensive line does not look good, and I thought that was going to be a strength for them. It doesn't look bad, but once you think you have your QB, if you don't have that line, then you gotta invest and build that offensive line. And it's not the easiest thing to do either, right? Finding quarterbacks is tough. I think finding young offensive line talent is tricky too because of the way college football's played. So you can be patient, to your point, with the Bears. You can give them a chance to hopefully build and maybe invest in their O-line this offseason, or maybe this line kind of comes together and they know, oh, we just need a guard or a one tackle or whatever, versus oh, fuck, everything feels bad. And the Saints, well, we're not really talking about the reason the Saints look really good right now is their offensive line is playing tremendous football. Derek Carr has time to throw. He's stepping up into clean pockets. And that's why, I would be willing to bet, if you go and look, they've got to be one of the best graded offensive lines right now. It helps. It really does help your quarterback.
Down one pick. Whoop, for the kitty. Hey,
but you got to have that.
Saints make you happy. Saints make you happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, hold on. Let's talk about...
If worms had machine guns, then birds wouldn't be scared of them.
That's you. Let's talk about the Minnesota Vikings upsetting the San Francisco 49ers.
Woo!
This is a game, I will be very honest, I did not see the Vikings win. especially with how good the 49ers looked on Monday Night Football against the Jets. They were efficient. They ran the ball well. They dominated time of possession, all this stuff.
Yeah.
Right? Like the Lions, like they dominated that game in like every facet and still lost.
Right.
The Vikings, dude, Sam Darnold played well again. And we know it's against a good team. Like the 49ers are a good football team. And I gotta give them props because I said I can't put the Saints or the Vikings in the top 10 yet because they play in bad teams. Now they go and they beat some good teams. We got it. It's 17 for 26, 2 touchdowns, an interception, got sacked 3 times. The Brock Purdy was getting he got sacked 6 times yesterday. And the 49ers had chances to win that game still, but the Vikings defense looked better. They were aggressive against Brock Purdy, and it showed.
That 97-yard touchdown, I'm going to try and get the short out on it today, but I think Jefferson covered 127 yards of ground on the 97
he's going diagonal. He's going.
That's a lot of running on one play. Did you see Purdy after the game with Flores?
I don't think so.
After the game, he went up to Brian Flores, and the cameras are down on the field, and it basically caught Purdy telling Brian Flores, he's like, dude, your scheme is crazy. Your defensive scheme is crazy. Yeah. And so, that's a testament to the Vikings defense, I think, going against a very well-coached 49ers offense. Obviously, Christian McCaffrey's not in there. He's on IR now with his...
Yeah.
They say Achilles, but let's just say he has the Liz Frank in his foot, too. He's got that Liz Frank shit going on as well. And, what's it, Jordan Mason? That's the backup, Jordan Mason. He was solid, but I think you just see the difference in this game of like maybe what Christian McCaffrey can give you versus,
There's more options when you have CMC, right?
You do, yeah.
There's
George Kittle got hurt in this game.
Kittle got hurt, yep.
Didn't Nick Bosa get hurt as well? At one
up.
point, did he come back? I don't even know. I haven't even really gone through this game too much yet.
Hey, appreciate you.
But
the Vikings,
the Vikings.
Ty Chandler, I know Aaron Jones looked fine, but Ty Chandler, who should have been their number 1 instead of Madison last year, he played well. And the Vikings, you and I both said this, like Sam Darnold's going to win him some games. I didn't think Sam Darnold was going to win him this game, but I'm not going to lie, I did not think that was going to happen. But holy crap, man! Like this, good for the Vikings. They're sitting atop the NFC North. They're 2-0.
I'm hoping Sam Darnold is so good the Vikings have no choice but to give the Broncos J.J. McCarthy.
There you go.
We got to sign Sam Darnold to a 5-year.
After all that, you get him.
And we get J.J. We get J.J. back.
It's fantastic.
But here's the thing, like, Sam's playing well. The Vikings they're going to have an interesting decision at the end of the season if he continues to play well, because did JJ look phenomenal in that preseason game? Yes, 100%. Which other quarterbacks looked pretty good in the preseason? Bo Nix.
Oh,
Bo Nix looked tremendous. We just don't know. We don't know.
Hey, Quinton, great job yesterday, buddy.
Yeah, Quinton.
Great job, Quinton. There you go.
And I do like to toot my own horn. And I tried to say, let's give Quinton a chance.
Yeah.
Receivers need to develop as well. Let's let him prove us wrong. And so far, not bad, Quinton.
Speaking of fastest players, hold on real quick. Did you see that referee running along Justin Jefferson? Bro, my man was booking it.
Dude, the Broncos, sign that guy.
Yeah, sign him.
On offense. We need a playmaker.
You need a speedster who's going to stretch the field. But he's just like, this is my opportunity to really audition for the NFL.
Yeah. We should talk about the Cardinals' evisceration of the Rams.
I'm so pissed about this game because I told you on Friday, I was like, this is the one game I was like, I really want to pick the Cardinals here, but maybe the Rams will do just enough. Nope. Marvin Harrison Jr., 1 catch for 4 yards last week. That was done by the first half. Good God, they were cooking. And I'm so happy for the Cardinals. They've been my underdog, hey, maybe they can make the playoffs because they were pretty good last year.
Sure.
They went toe-to-toe with teams. They beat the Cowboys. They beat the Eagles. They get a better offensive line. Now they have Marvin Harrison Jr., and they closed this game out, man. They also had a really funny touchdown. But Rams, they're going through it. They got a ton of injuries.
Yeah, they're being decimated.
And kudos to the Cardinals, man, because they played they beat the crap out of him.
Yeah, Kyler was great. Like he was perfect. His scramble touchdown pass to Elijah. Was it who the fuck was it? Elijah Mitchell? I can't remember now. It's beautiful. And I just love like the overreactions to a week 1 performance, Marvin Harrison Jr. And just they get him the ball early in this game. I think he had like I feel like he had 100 yards in the first quarter. Like he was going off. Now, I never retweet NFL memes because they steal their shit. They just steal it from other places. They claim it as their own. I am anti NFL memes.
Perna's been on this crusade for many years.
But last night I just couldn't help myself because I didn't want to take the time. It was late to figure out where it came from. But I was in bed and this genuinely, it made me laugh.
I was like, what? I didn't. Yep. That's funny. Yeah.
It's just, it was, whoever did come up with that one, God bless you, because that got me. It got me.
Yeah, that's all right. That's funny. That is.
Oh.
That is.
And my favorite part about Kyler Murray being tiny is he's still, and I make fun of him for it a lot. I said I was going to stop doing it, but I haven't. He's 5'10". He's a good 2 inches taller than me. You know what I mean? I love being a hypocrite. He just looks small compared to all those giants out there. I mean, he looks tiny, but
if you ever meet him, you have to wear lifts in your
100%.
You have to, or it's going to be terrible.
Yeah.
Kyler's just going to come up and beat you up.
Yeah. But that one got me.
Timmy P. Go Timmy P. Let's go Timmy P. All right, let's talk about the Cleveland Browns and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Watson, 22 for 34, 186 yards, got sacked twice. Jerome Ford had a pretty decent game. Trevor Lawrence, 14 for 30, 220 yards, got sacked 4 times, was almost their leading rusher on 2 carries with 45 yards. ETN, 13 carries for 52 yards. They're going against a tough defense.
Yeah.
So we got to give them that. They're going up against a tough defense. But Jaguars, what the hell, man? Like, it makes me so sad because, like, Brian Thomas Jr., right? He had, like, that big catch.
Yeah.
He had 2 grabs, though.
He's really good. They got to get him more involved in the passing game.
They do.
He looks really good. Malik Neighbors looked very good until he couldn't grab that 4th down ball late in the game. It was a tough catch. He didn't do it. Marvin Harrison looked good. Like, there's some very talented receivers. And the Jags, they got to find a way to force feed Brian Thomas Jr. And yeah, I mean, like, I don't know, Jacksonville. You should have won. We always complain about Trevor Lawrence turning the ball over, right? Didn't do it. They still lost. And I think it's
fumbled once, they didn't lose it, but yeah.
I think it's just a testament to the Browns defense performing the way we thought they would last week. You know, I feel like it just took them a week to kind of start playing really well. And Watson wasn't great.
That's been the thing too. Giants fans were like, if we had a kicker, we would have won that game.
Yeah, the Giants kicker got injured. Was it the opening kick?
He got injured and like that. But Giants fan, like, that's not.
You got to convert some 2-point conversions. Like,
it's still not great.
You got to, like, if you can't convert any of those, you deserve to lose.
Yeah, this is the crazy stat. They haven't won, I think, since like 1991. Since there we go. San Fran on Sunday will be the franchise's first in Minnesota since December of 1992. That's the last time the 49ers won in Minnesota.
Wow.
So that's just some random, they cannot win there. I don't know why. But
kryptonite.
Nope. But hey, I don't know, man. I don't know. Yeah, exactly. I think they're the second team. That's what Perna was just saying. They're the second team. They scored 3 TDs. Yep, allow 0. Still lose.
That's a tough one.
Hey, happy almost birthday.
Bengals Chiefs was a tough one.
And you and I both called it. right? It was like it would make the most sense for the Bengals to absolutely suck week 1 against the Patriots and then just come back and look really good against the Chiefs. And they had so many opportunities to win that game. You know, it sucks because all right, so let's get your take on the PI call. They're going to call it. I mean, like he did get there early. He did hit him.
You know why I don't like it? Because it helped those cock-sucking Chiefs, Tom.
Yeah, I get it. But in terms of...
It helped the team I wanted to lose.
Is
it pass interference? Sure, by the rules.
It's like the Eagles Super Bowl. Eagles Super Bowl with the holding call, right? You don't want a game to end like that. And because it happens so often with the Chiefs, it's just like, ugh. Okay.
It's
great. This is how it goes again.
What's silly about that pass interference call is when you watch that play in real time, it is very close. It is very close.
Yes.
You slow it down, sure, he got there early. Okay. I want the play to be called via correlation to how you see it in real time. Now, there's also, like, if you really want to get into it, doesn't, like, a defender have as much right to try and catch a pass as the offensive player?
Sure.
If he's trying to jump up and catch the ball.
Hits him a little early.
Yeah.
Well, I get I'm
not,
it.
It's fun to just say the refs bailed them out. It's just more fun to say that.
Yeah, I know. Hey, giving up on Bo Picks. Yeah.
No, I will not give up on him yet. He's a rookie. If he has 0 touchdowns in November, I might give up. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
If he gives up in November, I might give up. But the real problem is, like, the Bengals squandered their opportunities to put that game out of reach.
Correct. They got the ball back, and if they convert, like on that drive before, this game's over. It's
a testament to the Chiefs' defense coming through when they needed them to. And the poor Bengals fans. Did you see the thing about the NFL said that the touchdown that was Gesicki's touchdown week 1? They shouldn't have taken the touchdown away.
I did not see that.
Yeah. So
Gesicki, by the way, playing well for the Bengals. Playing well. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Pete Carmichael. So
yeah. Oh yeah, Saints fans can tell you all about how much they hate Pete Carmichael.
Yeah, I know.
Oh yeah. And look,
I didn't care because, like, Sean Payton's still calling the plays. Like, you know, I'm not too worried about it, but hey, I don't choose who it curses.
Are you worried about the Jaguars?
Yeah.
At what point are we like, hey, we're panicking now?
I'm not panicking, but I'm like,
it's not good.
They don't look good.
Yeah. O-line's not playing great. The coaching is not good. And that's been there. The seat's been getting warmer and warmer and warmer, especially after last year. I know, Trevor gets hurt, but Dobbs had an amazing catch yesterday. Amazing.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that was a jump ball Willis threw to him. And when you get compared to Randy Moss, when you're saying Dobbs mossed him, that's always good.
Speaking of, even though I know the Bengals lost, that interception by Cam Taylor-Britt was disgusting.
Yeah, it's insane.
It's insane. So good. 16-2 against NFC? Really?
Wow.
That's not playoffs, though, right? Yeah, because playoffs are the Eagles and stuff, but that's all right. Exactly. But it was a crazy week, too. Tonight, we got the Falcons and Eagles. I think the Eagles are going to win this game. Kirk Cousins doesn't really play well against the Eagles. It usually doesn't go well. And the Falcons are not really inspiring after losing to the Steelers last week.
Yeah.
So,
uphill battle.
Well, who knows? It's week 2, buddy.
We still don't know. We still don't know who's who. What's what?
Oh, that's a good question. Which curse is stronger? That's true. Packers win, of course. Of course.
Oh, yeah. Don't forget, if you want to listen to GPS, we are a podcast now. Spotify, Apple. Those links are in the description. And please, go give us the ratings. The 5 stars. Leave a review. Tell Spotify, tell Apple we're the bee's knees. That is there. And GPS Clips channel past 20,000 subs.
Let's go.
So, hell yeah. Thank you, guys.
Hell yeah. Yeah, no, Levis needs to get better. And then, Tyler Huntley getting signed by the Dolphins. I like that, because they needed to sign somebody for depth, too. I don't think Skylar Thompson is going to be the guy for long there. Tua says he has no plans to retire, so he's just got to, get healthy.
Let that brain heal.
Kyle, it makes all the sense in the world, right? They're throwing flags for everything last night, but then someone gets punched in the face. Don't worry, the league they'll fine him or something.
It was a good punch. It was a clean punch.
I said because then he pushed, was it Darnell Wright, the offensive lineman, afterwards? Like he threw a punch and then he pushed him, and I said it was like that Superman. You ever see Man of Steel?
Probably when it first came out.
Yeah, there's like this guy in the bar who's being like disorderly or whatever, and he goes to push Henry Cavill, and it's just like it bounces off of him. That's what that was last night. And I was like, yep, you learned real quick. We're not throwing punches at him.
Yeah.
We're not doing that because that's not going to.
I legitimately do not think an NFL player should be penalized or fined for punching another NFL player in the football helmet. If they still have the helmet on and you punch them, you're the idiot. The bad thing that's going to happen is to your hand. So I don't think no harm, no foul. I don't think you should be penalized.
Perna, you put out the new worst game.
I did
early in the AM. What do you got coming out today, buddy?
I'll have a short. I think Will and I will probably, if he gets home on time, recap the Broncos later on a live stream. But go check out Jess's video. Carr turned 4. I watched it.
It was so cute.
My wife Jess. I linked it on my channel in the community tab. And I said it in the community tab. Like everybody who's been supporting my channel, who supports what we do here, like that's what you're actually supporting. And that video, I feel like just kind of touched on
encapsulated it pretty well.
That's our family. That's what like all this shit's going to. That's what I work for. And our daughter turned 4. Just made a great video about it. And Tom turned 34 today.
That's true.
34. So you're 30 years older than Carmi.
Yeah.
34. That's still a good age.
Thanks.
Still feel like you got youth in you.
I don't really feel that.
You don't feel it, but at least the number kind of says, like, yeah, you're not that old.
The number, you're like, all right, I guess not that close to death.
Everybody tell Tom a happy birthday.
All right, today I got If the NFL Was Scripted Week 2. Cannot wait for that. That's going to be an all-timer today. Streaming tonight. Also, every NFL fan's reaction going to be coming out to after that game as well. I'm going to try to do a Packers post game. It's going to happen. It might just wind up being late. I just don't know when I'm going to have time to do it, but don't worry. I really want to talk about this game too. It's just I streamed 3 games yesterday and put up videos.
You're working hard.
We're working out here. But we'll hit 700,000 subscribers this week, so let's go, baby.
That's crazy.
Let's go.
That's a nice birthday present.
There you go. Well, folks, I appreciate the hell out of you. And we gave credit to the Saints.
Yeah, we talked about them a lot.
Oh yeah. That's rocking. Appreciate the hell out of you. We'll be back on Wednesday. I'll see you later tonight for the stream and all the videos that are going to be coming out. But folks, thank you so much for watching. I'm Tom Grossi. That's Brandon Perna. This is GPS. And you have been Navigator.
And you reached your destination.